Jesuit education has a strong and vibrant reputation. The mission of Jesuit institutions is often referenced by a few of its key elements, which include forming students to be persons for and with others, teaching the practice of seeking and finding God in all things, practicing the faith that does justice, and education of the whole person, commonly referred to as cura personalis. In the 1990s, a new pedagogical principle for education arose from these elements. The Ignatian Pedagogical Paradigm is based on the same methods that St. Ignatius used to guide people through the spiritual exercises. Within this paradigm, the instructor is a companion to the student in their intellectual, spiritual, and emotional development, forming students of competence, conscience, and compassion. The paradigm consists of 5 principles. First, context. Faculty consider the context in which their students live when forming a respectful, relevant learning environment.
They bring the context of who they are, right? So we have people who, they are first-generation students. They are people of color. They are not from St. Louis. They are from St. Louis. We have such a wealth of students from different areas, but at their core, they're all here for the same thing, which is to serve the greater good.
Those who come to SLU to work, to learn, to teach. Meeting them where they are is to first ask, what can we do for them to make them feel they belong? And then we ask, what can they bring to the institution to make us better?
From the beginning, the Jesuits haven't seen difference as a problem. It's been a potential source of great richness.
Second, experience. Students reflect on how their life experiences have contributed to the person they are today, and how their new experiences fit with that past.
Your general thought process is, everybody's probably gone through something similar to what I've gone through, and that's just not the case. So a recognition that your own life experiences are your life experiences, and that will impact you. Students come through their own journey, through their own experiences, and they arrive with all of the wonderful things that have happened to them and all the baggage that they're carrying with them.
There's a community here. So community among scholars, but also community with the students. And I think that plays out in the classroom, especially with our emphasis on the Jesuit ideal of cura personalis, taking the whole person into consideration. Like, that's what's distinctive about Jesuit education. And I see that it's at play here at SLU.
Third, reflection. Reflection is the tool that allows us to glean meaning from our experiences, both personal and societal meanings.
The richness of Ignatian pedagogy, that we're saying, like, you had this experience, but then what do you do with that? What do you do with that? So you, in nursing, you had a patient who was really, really difficult. What do you do? Put that in a box and move on? No, you think, how can I learn from that? What would I do better next time?
Students learn to reflect and use the practice of discernment to reach the 4th principle, action. Ignatian pedagogy rests on the belief that learning changes us and moves us to action, an action that is guided by the idea of magis, the best way in which to do the most good, to serve the needs of the poor.
Students are eager to get into the community to improve the human condition. It's unique in that St. Louis University encourages faculty to work side by side with students as students develop these skills of how they can become better servants.
Being in a place where there are lots of underserved populations directly surrounding campus, wanting to engage with those communities directly and not just learn about, why they're facing the issues they're facing, but also be directly involved in actionable things, really emphasizes listening rather than assuming and taking action based upon that principle.
If you graduated, even though you may be sitting in a C-suite, if you believed in the mission of giving back and seeking the truth, it should be an easy transition for you to go out and help those who can't help themselves. I guess that's the epitome of being a Jesuit graduate.
The 5th principle, evaluation. We evaluate our experiences and actions to determine whether or not they have helped us serve a higher purpose and greater good.
The Ignatian Pedagogical Paradigm language around that, people are taking a moment to reflect and discern what their purpose is. What are they put on this earth to do? Taking action then based on that reflection. What are your God-given talents that you're going to use to change the world for the better? And then going through the whole process again.
This Ignatian Pedagogical Paradigm is not only for the classroom. The process of context, experience, reflection, action, evaluation is for everyone. Students, faculty, staff, and administrators, to root this university's culture in the Catholic Jesuit identity, in the values of the gospel and service to the common good, and in illuminating the best path forward in our shared mission.